Literally what she's saying is we will never know our capacity for love because we can't afford it. She's calling us all poor.
Until you spend $400,000 on this 11-minute journey, you'll never know all the love that you have.
Well, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pop Apologist Podcast. I'm your co-host, Lauren, with my co-host, Chanler, joining today on the show.
I am excited to be here, excited to be recording. You know, it's been quite the news week, I would say. It's been a medium news week. But there are things that we need to talk about. And like, I'm excited to share my thoughts on these, these medium subjects.
I mean, Chanler, why are you even saying that? Why are you not acting like this isn't an earth-shattering week for humanity? Because everyone, I'm not sure if you've heard, but the first all-female spaceship went to space and safely landed back on Earth. And it included none other than our favorite Gayle King, Katy Perry, and a live girl, one Lauren Sanchez.
Also, you are just fully forgetting about the other scientists on there. You're just not bothering to mention
that's because I'm not interested in scientists. Okay, Chanler, I'm interested in celebrities. So I don't even know who that is. Who is it?
No, there's multiple, just so you know. I believe there's 2 or 3 other women with a scientific background.
Women in STEM have never held a lot of allure for me. I'm more interested in the women on the red carpet, and that's my truth.
That is your truth. Wow. You want to hear my first dark thought when I heard that they'd landed safely?
Please share.
I was like, okay, thank God, because all my snarky commentary from the day before stands.
Right. Oh my gosh, that is such a good point because we talked a lot of SHIT on the premium episode for Global Elites on this entire venture, on this expedition. And if they had perished, it would not have been a good look for us. Like, we could not have weathered that storm. I'm not sure any publicist could have helped us, any crisis manager.
In the same way that Blue Origin, ejected from the Earth's atmosphere, we were going to have to eject from this career. If God forbid the worst had happened. But thankfully it didn't. Everything was safe. It was, a what I heard to be, a very predictable, triumphant 11 minutes. And, we were rewarded with even more cringe content post Blue Origin space flight. Can I play some of it for you?
Please. I would love nothing more.
I mean, most of the cringe content is coming from Katy Perry, I'll say. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to keep going in that vein.
Great.
Here we go. So everyone, the video that I'm watching is her holding, I think, a daisy up to the sky as soon as she, deboards. I don't know if that's a word. And then she walks down the stairs and she then kisses the ground, which is fine. I think that's cute. But let's listen to her wise words, after her 11-minute space journey.
Katie!
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Chanler, I mean, is that not the exact voicemail I left for you the first time I did Molly?
Let me just tell everyone, if you can't afford a $1 billion Blue Origin ticket, there are cheaper ways. There are alternative paths to feel connected to love. And I'll just leave it at
$20. Wait, when I first saw that, I was like, you know what? There are a lot of girls in really tight booty shorts, corset tops, cowgirl boots, hair teased to high heaven, having this exact conversation at 2 a.m. at Coachella right now. I have never felt more connected to love. My purpose. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I don't mind that messaging. I love that messaging. Unfortunately, I just thought she was going to learn more about STEM. Like, I thought that was kind of the point. I thought she was going to have like a crash course in STEM during the 11-minute journey.
Yeah.
Can I play another?
Please.
So this is Gail talking about the experience she had with Katy and how wonderful it was. You ready?
Best part was when we got back in our seats after zero G's, Katie sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did.
Isn't that nice?
Come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World." I see
Did you just
trees.
start
Oh
crying?
yes.
Oh,
Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't. And then because everybody said, "Sing roar, sing fireworks," and she said, "It's not about me. I wanted to talk about the world." Best part.
It's not about her. She wanted to talk about the world. I mean, we all know those people who sing and like actually try when they're in a, let's say, an a cappella situation, and then they decide that they want to, bring out their singing
Those are the
voice.
people we want ejected into outer space. Those are the people we do not want in our airfield or in our space.
Well, what I love too about this little story is that not only did she just sing, what a wonderful world. Not only did she, kind of give us a little chorus, then she went into the verse. I see trees of whatever. She like fully sang the song. It wasn't just like a little a little tidbit.
Well, you know what how I would feel about that? I would feel like I'm being distracted. I'm never going to be up here again. I'm never going to be I'm never going to be flat out defying all flat earthers, in this moment. I'm not going to be visually confirming the spherical situation of this planet and looking at the earth and being able to see it from that vantage point. Like, why are you distracting me with this a cappella tune? I don't want to hear it. I'm pretty sure Katy Perry isn't known for having the most incredible voice.
I think her voice is actually quite
really?
good. I think her voice is good. Yeah, take it back. Okay. Now you're starting to offend me. Walk it back. But I agree with you, Lauren. I mean, think about the window that you're looking out of at that moment, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I got to look back and be like, amazing, the voice is so good." Like you are now being held hostage by a performance, in a tiny little
no, exactly.
dome.
You got to perform.
Yeah, you can't enjoy the view around you.
You got to perform for the performer. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's such an astute point that I just made. So the other.
Wait.
What?
Anything else? Wait. Well, I've got more tidbits I want to talk about.
Well, I've got more to say about this too. So do you want to continue or shall I?
No, you continue, please.
Well, one thing that I learned, because you know what? This is definitely a little bit teasable, but these people are going to space. They're risking their life. There is something exciting about it. That's what I thought, at least, until I did a little research on Mother Google. On Mother Earth, on Mother Google. On Mother Earth, I went on Mother Google.
What a wonderful world.
And what I discovered, Chanler, is you also can book a seat on Blue Origin. You can actually go right now on blueorigin.com and book a seat on one of these spaceships and do this 11-minute flight. It's $150,000 deposit. It's about $250 to $400 for the ride is what it says online. So this is really just an ultra wealthy person's wanderlust activity.
Absolutely. This is a full just marketing play. I thought that the money, the proceeds, I don't actually know why anyone would be donating money to this, but I thought that somehow there was some type of philanthropic end to this. All these women donated the money that this ticket would have costed, and now little girl, now little girls can go on Blue Origin or can learn about STEM and string theory with Katy Perry. I don't know. I thought there was going to be some type of philanthropic, pot of gold at the end of this rainbow, but there's nothing. It's just literally book your ticket.
It's
now.
A vanity ride, and it's marketing for Blue Origin. That's completely correct. And do you know what one of the most disturbing parts of this entire situation has been for me? The fact that M. Rata has weighed in with some astute points.
Should we play it?
As I'm looking this up, I will say, everyone, that I was heartened, and I did love seeing just the very cute nuzzle that Jeff gave to a live girl right after she landed. You can tell the love is very real. And I appreciate that.
Honestly, though,
what?
I'm backtracking on all of my feelings about the two of them, because the fact that this was just a highly expensive advertising campaign that truly there are There are greater issues at hand. Wherever you stand on the political spectrum, I think we can all agree that there are greater issues at hand.
Right.
And I just I think the two of them feel very gross to me. It does. And the problem is too, it's not even like she's saying like Blue Origin is so exciting. I'm so, excited for more people to, get this view of space. It's like all under the guise of like moving women forward. Huh?
Right. Exactly. Okay. So let's listen. I think actually this is where Emrata can really weigh in and give some thoughts.
That space mission this morning, that's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody. Thing that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet. Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted. Literally, I'm disgusted.
Honest, and you know what? She is completely right. Like this entire trip, it's giving people are dying, Kim. It's just giving, like, you know what I mean? It's just giving so out of touch and so silly and completely pointless.
It would have been better if they had just like had it be all celebrities instead of with the scientists.
Yeah.
Like we just don't pretend. We're not stupid.
Well, I'm not sure that's totally the listeners aren't stupid.
We're stupid.
We are stupid for sure.
We are stupid. Okay, I have one more Katy Perry clip to play.
Okay.
For me, like Gil said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. My journey has always been about love and belonging, and I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch. Because you're leaving all the love behind. And you're surrendering.
Can I cut her off? I think we're good.
And you're hoping.
I do think we're good.
I mean, no, Lauren, I think you'll never know the amount of love that you have to give and the amount of love that you have to receive until the day that you launch.
And that's kind of rude because none of us are launching. Literally what she's saying is we will never know our capacity for love because we can't afford it. She's calling us all poor.
Until you spend $400,000 on this 11-minute journey, you'll never know all the love that you have. You'll never feel connected to love, first of all. And then you'll never know all the love that you have to give. You'll never get that sense of belonging. It's really setting women back.
Well, also, doesn't Katy Perry have children? Like, what is this saying about her experience, with having a new child? I guess that wasn't even close to her experience launching into space in terms of learning her capacity for love.
I mean, let's keep going on this. Let's mom shame her now.
I think we should spend the entire episode just talking shit on this expedition. I think that would be a great use of our time. No, we should probably move on.
Let's move on. I also want to say shout out to Gayle King because I did see a clip where a news reporter referred to Gayle as an astronaut. And she was like, I can't claim that title.
Gayle King is a real one. I like that Gayle King, honestly, she has leveraged a best friendship with Oprah into a huge glittering career as a journalist and now into an aerospace career. This woman has certainly, what's the phrase? Like made hay where the sun shined. She hit pay dirt.
No,
when it came,
I think it's
what's the phrase? She has like
keep going. No, I think it's make hay while the sun shines. I think you said it right.
I think that means more like you got to take advantage of something while you have it. She's just really
she's taking advantage of her Oprah friendship.
Done well with this Oprah connection. Here's the thing, Gayle King, everyone. Here's the lesson. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's all about
You never know the amount of love you have to give or the love you until you.
It's
launch.
all about networking, you guys. Gayle King one day met Oprah and her life changed forever. And now she has seen Earth from space, and none of us have. So get out to that conference, okay? Send a LinkedIn message to everyone. Have no
connect.
You have no idea what it could bring into your life. And there we go.
I know. Oh, wow. Powerful lessons from the Blue Origin space journey
I'm
moment
crying.
that, history happened yesterday.
Oh, history will remember this moment. If you're looking to get more protein in your life and you want to do it in a gorgeous way where the taste is delicious and you actually look forward to the protein shake or the protein drink, look no further than the brand Clean Simple Eats. It's our protein Bible for pop apologists.
The Simply Vanilla literally tastes so good. It tastes like ice cream when it's blended with just water or milk. It's perfect.
Add a little peanut butter. It'll taste like the best dessert. I also, of course, everyone knows I'm obsessed with the clear protein. I have 1 to 2 cans a day. It bumps my protein up by 20 or 40 grams. It is just the easiest way to grab some extra protein from the fridge and not mess up my kitchen. Clean Simple Eats is truly the brand to go to for all of your protein needs.
Everyone, go to cleansimpleeats.com and use code POPAPOLOGIST for 10% off your order.
Cleansimpleeats.com, use code POPAPOLOGIST, grab a bag of the chocolate brownie batter protein powder, and I swear it will taste like a Wendy's Frosty. It tastes like a dessert, okay, but it's good for you. Clean, grass-fed protein.
Lauren, you know how we've been on a dead run for like the last week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just tell you that thank God I had early bird to, help me unwind after the craziest 7 days. I took a full gummy and was able to literally knock out in the best way possible.
They're so effective at just making your brain melt away. All of a sudden, like the rush of an internal monologue, all your anxiety, all the stuff you're stressing about, it just kind of gets muted and it just kind of like mushes away and you can truly fall asleep. It's incredible.
They're simply perfect. I love taking a half if I'm going to, unwind and watch a show. A full one is maybe more when I'm just looking to, fully go to sleep. And they do a perfect job every single time.
I will say a single bottle will last me a really long time because a half does wonders. I usually only take a half. I highly recommend going to earlybirdcbd.com using code POP20 for 20% off. Can we talk about my Dyson hair journey?
Please. I have so many things to say. And I want to start, first of all, with why I'm offended.
Oh, gosh.
Everyone, I have beautiful hair on this podcast. I have been Dysoning my hair like throughout this journey, and you have never once been like, show me your ways. I feel like all of my advice that I gave to you on our Global Elites episode that was released yesterday was just totally discarded. And then you didn't even bother to act like, you'd had any wisdom from me.
Well, here's the thing. You go for a lot of times like a homeless, disheveled, like model off duty vibe. Like when your hair
homeless, disheveled, model off duty.
It's very chic. It's what
try to walk that one back.
It's what all the fashion girlies are trying to do. The look right now, and I feel like the look has been to look like you don't shower. Like you literally don't care. You don't even look in the mirror and you are extremely hot. That is the look. And I feel like that's a look you definitely, at least go for with your hair.
You are seriously offending me more and more with every word. I definitely, here's the thing. I think I just, I'm going to go ahead and offend you back. I think that I am just a little bit more comfortable looking fugly on camera.
No, you're less vain than me. And here's the thing. I just like a little bit more of a polished look. You don't go for that look. And so I'm not trying to get, no offense, but like your tutorial.
But when I do curl my hair, like when I try to look polished, I think it looks excellent.
No, it does look good. That is a good point. The thing is so we just have different strengths. I probably would also be fine with a more disheveled look, but I feel like I actually, unfortunately, need the zhuzh. But we're getting too in the weeds.
I'm not trying to get you to look disheveled. I need to speak my piece on this and defend myself. I'm not trying to get you to look like when I look like disheveled. I have used the Dyson Airwrap correctly and had correct results. And I may not do that styling every single day because I'm too lazy, but I'm willing to show you those pearls of wisdom if you'll be open.
I would love a tutorial. I think we should do a YouTube video. I think you should come over. You should do my hair like you do yours. I do like my hair a very specific way, but I would love to have you try it. I would love it. So yes, thank you, Chanler. I'm trying to wrap this up.
Jeez. Everyone, did you hear what she called me? Do you hear the way she spoke to me? Okay, proceed.
Well, you look really cute when your hair is just a little bit more. Listen, like you look cute when your hair is limp noodle. I can't pull it off. And it's a compliment to you.
I think it looks fine. I do think that I see myself many times on our reels and I'm like, you should try a little bit more, but I just can't do it. And the only way I'm going to be able to continue to do this podcast in perpetuity is if I can just make it work for my own effort level. So I don't know what that says about me, but back to you.
Thank you, Chandler. Back to me, as I prefer it. So everyone, I am using the Dyson instead of my curling iron because my hairstylist told me that the curling iron is frying off my hair.
I think you should use her exact words.
I don't remember what were the exact words. Oh, she said I was on a bad path.
You're on a bad path.
Yeah, she said I was on a bad path with my hair, and that I needed to get on a good path. And the good path included chopping off the broken off, fried off parts at the end, which left me without the length I so desired. But she said I need to get on a good path, and that meant throwing out my Conair and becoming a Dyson girly. Anyway, long story short, I'm trying to do it. And I feel like I've had okay results so far. It's nowhere near as good as the curl I get for my $17 Conair. So it's really like a death to me. But I'm trying to do it. And I want everyone to know I'm on this journey. And if you want to follow along on this journey, watch our Instagram stories. I'm going to be bringing you with me every step of the way. It's going to be supersonic. It's going to be supernatural. What did Katie use?
You're going to feel more... You're going to feel more connected to love than ever before. I do after Lauren's Dyson journey.
I do feel more connected to love when I feel pretty. And that is a fact.
Well, is that all you have to say on the matter? I thought, so this was just one big plug to watch our stories.
Okay. I'm very wary of like talking too much about personal chit chat because we've been told not to do that. All I will say though is basically I did it yesterday. I think I had better results yesterday and it didn't fall out as much. I did it today and it's falling out already a lot. And I think it's because I didn't dampen it first. So that's my first hot tip for everyone. The second one is I got a very impassioned voice memo from a friend. I mean, should I play this?
Play it.
Okay. This is from everyone.
From the response.
You need to follow. Yeah, there's a lot of people interested in this journey, everyone. And there's going to be timestamps in the episode. So if you don't give two shits about my hair volume, first of all, I don't want to be your friend. Second of all, you can just go to the next time to stamp.
The Dyson came out like 8 years ago. And like now on this podcast, we are diving into how to use it correctly. Well, we are so like on
that
it.
Is generally how quickly I follow beauty trends, which is not really good for me. Anyway, okay, so this is a voice note from Marin.
What?
Marin.
It's like one of our good friends and you just mispronounce her name. I think you're having a psychotic break.
Marin Ridding, M-A-I-R. How do you spell? Can you spell? I want everyone to follow her. She is
M-A-I-R-I-N.
R-Y-T-T-I-N-G. Anyway, if you go, I'm going to tag her on stories, you guys, but you got to follow her. She has great travel content, great clothing content. And she left me this voice memo about the Dyson and it's impassioned. And for anyone else who wants hair volume, I want to share with you what her key tip is. Okay.
Hi, I'm sending you a quick voice note. I just responded to your question box because I have strong feelings about this, but like it will let me type.
Here, 1.52x is too fast.
Quick thing. Are you playing a voice note at 2x speed? And if so, how are you doing that?
1.25x speed. I know.
How can you change the
speed? True life hack.
Is it a new feature?
Because me and my bestie Elizabeth, we voice note literally every day, like 10-minute long voice notes. Kagan has basically asked me to stop because he thinks it's super excessive and codependent. But anyway, long story short, if you hover over the play button on an Apple voice note, it'll give you the option to play it quickly. Life-changing.
Oh, that's an incredible tip. That might be better than any Dyson tip.
You're welcome, everyone. But here is the key to getting a perfect, Dyson wave that holds.
Hi, I'm sending you a quick voice note. I just responded to your question box because I have strong feelings about this, but like it will let me type 10 words before it cuts me off. But my point is all of the extra things that you're doing, like I don't even think about holding it. Sorry about the baby. Holding it for 10 seconds, doing the cool shot. Like the only thing I think that matters to hold a curl is that you have a product in your hair before you dry it. So like once you're putting the heat on it, if there's product in your hair, that product is like basically being activated and is going to help you hold your curl. Like when I put in that day styling cream, it's like the stuff that I can't remember the exact name. Maybe that is the exact name, but it's the stuff that's in the pink tube. And I put that in my hair while it's still wet and then go through and Dyson it. And like I can't remember if I wrote this. I tried, but I kept getting cut off. But it is like borderline too pageant. Like I should find the picture of my hair after I did it because I like sent it to Amber because I was so stunned. And I feel like it gave me, so it gives you the curl, which honestly, I like the Dyson method most when my hair has fallen out because I feel like it's almost too pageanty when you first do it. But it also gave me so much volume. Anyways, I don't know if you're using something before, but I feel like that styling cream, which most people, I think you think about it as like doing it for like a slick back pony. But when I just rubbed it around my hands, distribute it throughout wet hair, I found that to be very effective. And you should try it.
Okay. Is this not excellent? I mean, I ran to Sephora. I said, "You are my hair shepherd, and I am but one of your sheep." And I toddled my little hooves right to Sephora.
Toddled your little hooves. I've seen your foot size. They're certainly not little. Girl, we are in the same
I have a story about
size
that
category. This is sage advice from two queens, Marin and also Amber Fillerup, our other queen, who obviously owns Day Hair. I'm very excited for this journey. I would now like to try the Day styling cream, and not just for a slicked back bun, but for like Dyson curls. So this is great. I'm excited to hear how this goes.
I went immediately. I'm super excited. So I will let everyone know how it goes. But speaking of though, I do have a funny story about my shoe size, which dovetails into an experience I had yesterday.
Just like luxury is in the DNA of Kevin Costner's kids, travel is in our DNA. And there is nothing like a trip to a truly stunning location that recharges me after a seemingly endless New York winter. One of the ways I'm preparing for vacation season is by treating myself to a first-class quality suitcase at an economy price tag from Quince. What will I be packing in said suitcase? That's easy. I'll be packing lightweight European linen styles from $30, washable silk tops, and comfy lounge sets, all from Quince. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. With premium luggage options and stylish tote bags to carry it all, I cannot wait to upgrade my luggage with the suitcase bundle from Quince. For your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/apologist for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/apologist to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/apologist. Pop Apologist is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game, shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
I went to Bergdorf's. What?
I just want to flag something. I think you're only concerned about speaking too much about personal stuff when it's me talking.
Honestly,
I'm flagging that.
I just don't know that we have a ton to get into today. So I'm just trying to mine my own personal experience for the fodder for the show.
I haven't even been able to talk about my wedding, and we've
talked about your wedding like every episode. Let's talk about your wedding. What are the updates?
No. I do want to hear whatever you've got to say. But I just want to make fun of you like I love to do.
Well, thank you so much. Well, Chanler, I went into Prada in Paris with my dear friend Elizabeth. And anyway, we were there. I saw these really cute flats. I gasped when I saw them. I was like, I must have these. They didn't have my size because I am a 41. Okay. Which, by the way, it like translates to an 11 in European sizing, which doesn't make any sense to me because I'm a demure 9.5. For sure. Like I'm not a size 11.
You and Courtney both have some like weird thing where you like claim to be a 9.5, but we're all 10s. We are all a true 10. You have some weird foot dysmorphia and it's fine. I mean, maybe your feet are slightly more narrow than mine, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's between you and God. But it is weird because my wedding shoes it told me to order the 42 and I was like, no, I'm a 10.
Right.
Like I'm not an 11.
No, exactly.
So you know what I think it is? I think it's just that in Europe, once you're in the gargantuan category. They're just like, here's the biggest shoe we have. Hope it works. All right, I should have said that with a French accent.
You try it. Let's do it. Let's do part 2. Try it again.
Here's the big. I don't even know what that was.
Madame.
Monsieur.
This is the biggest shoe we have. We hope it works.
It's a Shaq size Prada heel. Just like, good luck.
Well, my friend says to me, because the store clerk is like, he just shakes his head. They don't have it. She goes, well, it's probably that's probably quite normal. They don't have it because it's like pretty rare, right? And like making me feel like
You have this rare condition.
like I'm a circus freak.
Wait, I'm sorry you got let out of your cage for an hour to come to the store.
She's like, they actually don't have shoes for hooves at Prada. Sorry.
But that must be how interesting that you have this experience with your feet. No, it's truly, I think, like if I'm on one mission on this earth, it's to bring awareness to the way women with size 10 and above feet are treated by people in the high fashion retail world.
Marginalized. We are a marginalized community. And you know what I always retort back? Sorry, I have model height, so I have model size feet. Why don't you just hear that pitch?
Wait, can we Google what size feet does Kendall Jenner have? Because this will bring me a lot of peace. But I know she's like an 8.
If you're 5 foot,
but I know she's like
9
an 8
inches, and let me just say one thing to the listeners if one person DMs me and they're like, I'm 5'10" and I have size 6.5, I'm gonna block you. You will be blocked.
No, Lauren, are you ready to be healed?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be healed? Okay. So the Google AI, overview that came up is Kendall Jenner wears a U.S. shoe size 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? And then this brings me to another article that's 10 celebrities with really big feet. Paris Hilton is an 11. Uma Thurman, 11. Oprah Winfrey, 11. Kendall Jenner, 10. Kate Winslet, 11. Whoopi Goldberg, 11. Elle McPherson, 12. Tyra Banks, 11 and a half. But it's like, what size feet is Gigi super tall?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, if you're tall, you're going to have feet that can hold you up. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And yes, we need to raise awareness about this. It's not rare. It's literally not rare.
Here's what's fucking annoying.
What?
So Gigi's 5'11", and she's an 8.5.
Okay, why are you bringing? I mean, I bet you that's some like shit she paid to get like the internet scrubbed. She probably paid 20 grand for that.
She got a procedure to make her
no, she paid 20
because I'm like, I would like to get that.
Either that or she paid 20 grand for some bot to write a ton of articles on like WordPress sites so that when you Google Gigi Hadid foot size, the AI is like, Gigi Hadid has a demure foot size of a slender 8.5.
Wait, can I get that for my 30th birthday? Can you pay AI to write a bunch of articles about how small my feet are?
No, I can't. And no, I won't, because I have decided to rein in my spending, which brings me back to my story, Chanler. Okay? So no, you're not getting a $20,000 30th birthday present. Like you're just gonna have to, enjoy the diamond necklace on your neck, because I spend too much money. I just do. I spend too much money and it's not cool. And
girl,
what?
Let me just say, when you came back from France and I saw the mess of your apartment and the way that your things were littered about and all the new things, I had to swallow a couple lumps in my throat because you were buying yourself a lot.
No, I literally just have no self-control. And so I went to Bergdorf's a couple days ago, and they had the same Prada flats that they didn't have in my rare size in France. And they had it in a 41 in black and white. And so I swooped to the black and the white. Okay.
Oh God. You really have no self-control. Both colors.
But then yesterday I went back and I returned them. Everyone.
Because
I'm turning over a new leaf because I want to stop buying stupid shit that costs too much money. I want to start spending. I want to be like, you know what? I don't want to buy shoes that cost over X dollars because that's just dumb. Like that is, I want to get some philosophies over how I spend money instead of like, oh, I can do it. Not that I should or can or whatever, but I want to have some discipline and it's just stupid. Like all this stuff is so expensive and it adds up. I want to like be smart with money instead of a spendthrift. Okay.
Well, can I talk about an issue that I'm going through in terms of wanting to spend money that I'm not supposed to be spending
Please.
on a much, much smaller scale?
Okay.
So obviously Ben and I have combined our finances. You know, we are one team, one dream when it comes to the money in our bank account. And one flesh. And this often leads to me I don't ask for permission, but I'm asking for approval.
Okay.
You know, I want him to be excited about me making a purchase. And he's never excited about any purchases I'm going to make.
Yeah.
Never,
That's
ever.
I'm sorry, but that is a really bad precedent to set.
So I'm not really great at like categorizing all the transactions that are made on, you know, across our cards. He does all the categorization. So I know that he's going to see anything I buy, which is the way I like it. I want there to be transparency. But recently I was in Target and I came across a brand new yellow Stanley Cup. I have no less than 15 reusable water bottles in my house. It's an addiction for me. You know, it's an addiction. It's an affliction. It's a rare condition. It would be better for the earth
if you just use disposable cups for the amount of like metal and plastic it takes to make your, 20 reusable ones.
Completely true. But I don't see myself stopping. I mean, I don't use plastic water bottles. I really try not to, but I came across the brand new yellow Stanleys in Target and it was a panty dropper. I'll go ahead and say that because I really wanted it. And no less than 2 months ago, we were in Target and I bought myself another water bottle in front of him. And I was like, I deserve a treat. I'm buying myself this. I don't care what you think. But right now we're in wedding crunch time and I've been asked to not spend money on anything not wedding related. Okay. No extra purchases. And so I looked at him and I said, I really
down to
want
a $30 water bottle.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's kind of, I know I could buy it. I can afford it, but it's a little bit on principle right now.
Right.
And I said to him, I looked at him with pleading eyes. And I said, I really, really want this. And he said, I mean, you can get it, but I really, really wish you wouldn't. And I kid you not, I have been in a slightly depressive state because of this. And anyway,
did you not get it?
It's not been easy for me. I didn't get it. I still haven't gotten it because, and I just feel like I'm gonna feel guilt because I think to him it will show this girl has really no self-control. I don't need it. I want it so badly. And I'm hoping that he's going to surprise me with it, but I just know he's not going to. So anyway, that's what I'm going through because of my wedding.
Well,
so back to me.
You know what, Chanler? At least you're not getting the Stanley. I'm not getting the Prada flats, and we're tightening the belt together. And we can share this journey.
Yeah, we can hold hands through it. If only I had a $400,000 Blue Origin space ticket, and then I could feel more connected to love.
No, you'll actually never know your capacity.
I think it would really cure me.
That's what we learned. Okay, let's get into other matters.
Yeah, let's get into people who people actually care about.
Yes. Walton Goggins and Amy Lou. Y'all, we have an update. So if you didn't listen to our premium episode for Global Elites, we deep dive the drama that those two could be in love right now. And by the way, if you're not a Global Elite, this is a huge mistake. We now have a Monday episode and a Friday episode. So as a Global Elite, you get basically 3 episodes a week. Friday is a little mini. We go a little deeper. We share a little bit more. And Monday is it's an hour and 10-minute episode that was very good this week. So you're missing out. Definitely become a Global Elite. But anyway, we went into the scandal that they potentially fell in love on the set of White Lotus. So we have an update on the Walton Goggins, Amy Lou saga. SNL posted, they had a skit parodying the White Lotus, basically Donald Trump's family as guests at the White Lotus. It was nothing short of comedic gold. I cannot recommend watching it enough.
Also, I think the title alone, I can't believe it's been 3 seasons and we haven't had this from them before. The title is The White POTUS, which is so good.
I didn't know that. That is that's incredible.
Yes. How good is that? It's like 12 out of 10 comedy, genius.
12 out of 10. Okay. It's so funny, everyone. One of my favorite parts of it is when they're like sitting down for lunch and they're like, we are so blessed to live in America. Wouldn't it be so awful if America lost all of its money? We are so blessed to be from a rich country, which is on some level, a conversation a lot of parents have with a lot of American parents have with their kids on trips.
Yes, it was shocking, the parallels.
It was hilarious. But one part of it that was, a lot of people found to be distasteful, including myself, is that they basically parodied Amy Lou's character as having bad teeth and made her look comically awful.
And I think they made her look dumb. So there's basically they parody all of the, characters on it. And they do, John Hamm plays Walton Goggins, who's supposed to be also RFK. And then Amy's character is another SNL cast member. But she's not really even representing like another person in politics, which is all the characters like represent a person in politics. She's just like a woman with really bad teeth and super dumb.
Yeah. And I think that it's so cool of her to have not, I shouldn't use this term, but like fixed her teeth, quote. Like, it's so cool of her to have embraced that piece of individuality. And I've seen a lot of comments on her Instagram that are like, I just always used to hate my teeth and now you're so beautiful and I see you and I feel so much better. And I just feel like it shows it's a very cool personality trait that she has accepted this and ran with it. And she is so beautiful and unique with it and is a very mesmerizing person. And so for them to use this against her and just make her look freakish, basically, it just was sick. It was gross. And she posted that it made her sad and she felt it was mean.
And honestly, I didn't find her character on White Lotus to be dumb. I thought she was like more woo-woo, but I liked that about her. And I don't think that her character was dumb at all.
No, she was giving a little bit of like, not manic pixie dream girl, but like more laid back pixie dream girl. Just a little more, not tethered like so much to reality,
Coachella.
loves astrology, loves talking about hope. But no, I agree. Her character was not stupid.
Yes, agreed. So the drama here is that Walton Goggins reposted it to his story and, he wrote on it, John, I knew I was miscast. And then, ha, 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 amazing is what he commented on the actual video. And so people, are taking note of this because it's like, hey, Amy Lou Wood did not like herself in this sketch and she clearly had issues with it. So is this you twisting the knife a little bit?
She broke up with you. I mean, you got to listen to our premium app where we get into it, everyone. Honestly, my take on this is he just thought it was a funny sketch and he reposted it and he wasn't even thinking about how she perceived it.
Yeah, I think this is classic, just like, man brain who's just like, ha ha ha, I'm in this and John Hamm is playing me. Amazing. Repost.
Exactly. So I think it's a little bit of a stretch to think that this was some sort of like, dig from a slighted lover. But I like everyone's imagination. I think it's important in these times to use our creative inner powers. But I don't think that there's any veracity to what people are saying.
I agree. Okay, well, let's move on to the kind of the latest in the Lively versus Baldoni world. We haven't talked about this entire subject in a minute. There hasn't really been much, new to discuss. But we did hear from a cast member who has spoken out on 60 Minutes Australia. Okay. So the cast member is Thea Spencer. And basically she says that she believes that Blake Lively mistook Justin Baldoni's kindness for weakness. I always think of the Lana Del Rey song. And that she really did strong arm the film. And she kind of just like, she says that she finds it all hard to believe that he was harassing her.
Yeah, she comes out strongly in his defense. And basically, I think this is a crew member, not a cast member. But I mean, tomato, tomato, who cares? Someone on set, another professional on set.
Yes.
And she is saying she had nothing but a great experience with him.
Should we play it? I feel like we should almost play it.
Yeah, why don't you play it?
He was one of the few directors I've worked for that was very kind and respectful.
Talia Spencer worked on the film. For her, Any suggestion Baldoni behaved poorly couldn't be further from the man she knows and respects.
Wait, pausing really quick because the 60 Minutes Australia is so cute. Further from the man she knows.
60 Minutes to Australia is actually doing the journalism we care about. It'll be like, girl loses 300 pounds and finds a whole bevy of men after her. Today we explore what that was like in her psyche. It's very difficult for me to realize. I love 60 Minutes Australia because they just really get into like juicy shit. Yeah, it's way better than Leslie Stahl talking about Afghanistan again. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Wait, I love that. Also, we are not making fun of the Australian accent because I think it is wildly exotic and very chic and very hot.
I think it's the cutest.
I would kill to have an Australian accent.
The Aussie accent is better than the British accent. I think it's the top accent you can have.
Agreed. Okay, here we go. Back to Thea. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Back to Talia. I've been it's wrong across the socials, but anyway.
You first find out that you were going to be working on It Ends With Us.
I got an email from Justin, and then he called me out of nowhere and pitched to me the vision of the film. And so immediately I bought in and was like, yeah, I'm here for it. Like, you seem like you care a lot about the vision of what we're trying to do here, and you're not in it for fame. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's build this film.
To Talia, Baldoni was a man and boss passionate about the subject matter, not someone who would ever be a perpetrator. You got a good impression. What do you make of the allegations and the complaints against him?
In my opinion, I find it very hard to believe the allegations against him. And considering his mission statement about the film and him genuinely pitching that he was doing this film to help young women, I just find it hard to believe the allegations, to be honest.
As a woman yourself, did you ever feel uncomfortable at all in your dealings with Justin?
No, not at all. I would say I felt more comfortable being around Justin than a lot of film directors in my experience.
Contrary to Lively's claims, Talia has a very different take. All she saw was Baldoni being sidelined by the superstar as Blake gradually took command over the production.
I feel like maybe Blake smelled his kindness, mistook it for weakness, and tried to take advantage and take power. So, yeah.
So you believe Blake Lively wrestled control of the film?
I think she tried to, yes.
Did she succeed in the end?
Probably, yeah. I think that there was a massive compromise in terms of Justin's original vision for the film. I think in film, we always want our work to have a meaningful impact. And a lot of us in film do it because we care. And to see it be overtaken by this was definitely a little bit sad.
This is a saga that's not ending anytime soon. It's not going away. What would you want to see happen right now?
It'd be nice if everybody could put their swords down, and acknowledge their part in it and get along. But we don't really live in that world, right? It's a little too late for that. So I hope that the truth comes out, I hope that...
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I think we got the point. I mean, I think the disclaimer is true that just because she didn't experience, what he could have perpetrated against Blake doesn't mean that it didn't necessarily happen, right? Like, if you are a perpetrator of abuse, you don't abuse every single person you come into contact with. So I just want to give that heavy caveat. I think we all are aware of that. However, I think it bears repeating that no one is coming out against him except for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Listen, someone's on Reddit says, maybe I sound like a broken record, but there is a pattern with abusers and people who misbehave, especially on a movie set. The fact that no one else has come forward against Justin Baldoni after Blake Lively filed her suit says so much. The fact the worst thing they could find about him is that he's maybe too religious or too positive is so telling. Like, you just don't start harassing at 40 years old on a movie set. That's behavior that starts really young and is repeated. I mean, there's some speculation there. I don't think it's a hard and fast rule, but the fact that really all they could get out of anyone who's ever worked with him was that he was overly positive. And now we have a crew member stepping out saying, like, coming out against Blake. This is not good for Team Blake.
No.
Not that Team Blake, I feel like has like 3 people on it, but it's not good for those 3.
It's not good for those 3. And I think this is why this whole thing needs to go to trial. We need to We need to get the evidence in front of a judge, in front of, a jury of peers, because right now the accusations are very flimsy.
Also, I just want to say one thing. We are still covering this, right? Like, we're still covering this case. There just haven't been really major updates since he filed his amended complaint and she did her motion to dismiss. And it kind of like, there just hasn't been a ton going on. And there are some creators who have turned their entire podcast into Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. If Blake Lively sneezes, there's an hour-long episode about it. We want to cover a bigger breadth of topics, and to be honest with you, we only find this case interesting when stuff actually happens. A producer makes a casual remark or makes a snide remark at a festival. We're not going to make an hour-long episode out of that. We're not a Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni podcast, but we are going to continue to cover it. So as the story unfolds and more happens, like, we'll be right back at the marble table deep diving. We're just going to wait till we have something to deep dive.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to think we've been, threatened into silence, because we haven't.
No, we have not. We have not been threatened into silence. And we are hoping to bring our reels back, everyone. But that will probably be in a short while. Okay.
I think we should close out with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 2.
I mean, a juicy reunion, don't you think?
Great reunion. We finally got into the heart of, the season and what was driving some of the drama.
Mm-hmm. I still stand firmly Team Dorit. I think that if Kyle was texting PK, no, that's what she was doing. If Dorit was texting Mauricio, and can we also double tap really quick? Why does Kathy Hilton call him Maurice? Have you noticed that?
Or Mo?
No, but
Maurice.
She calls him Maurice. Like, is Kathy Hilton just so rich?
She's
that
amazing.
She's been mispronouncing her brother-in-law's name for 30 years and just no one dares correct her.
Roll the tape on you correcting Kathy Hilton on something.
What did oh, no, you corrected her.
No, I just made fun of her TV trays. And then I humbly, on bended knee, told her, after she responded, that I'm so sorry and I don't even have a dining room table. I don't even have a table, actually.
This was a time when we had a lot fewer followers, and so it was very surprising to us when Kathy Hilton chimed in on one of our reels and was like, yeah, sorry, we use TV trays. We're not pretentious. We don't have a private plane or a yacht. Even like, she basically, what did she say? She was, do you remember that? She said something about a
all
PJ.
she said was like, that was just me relaxing at home.
Yeah, she's like, we are
Which
more
honestly
simple
made me
people.
feel worse.
Yeah, it was kind of sweet.
Yeah.
She put you in your place.
It was sweet. She did.
And Chanler was like, I'm so sorry.
Anyway,
I'm critiquing you from my 450 square foot apartment with no table. So apologies.
Yes. I humbly on bended knee apologized and then backed away. So yeah, I'm not going to correct her pronunciation. And she's doing everything perfectly.
So true. Maurice it is. Anyway, if Dorit was texting Maurice and Dorit was texting Mauricio about Kyle and saying, I'm not going to share stuff we've discussed. And also it would just be such a betrayal. I just think that Kyle is a shitty friend and this friendship is basically over. It's done. It doesn't seem like there's any hope for it.
You know what I think too? I think that Kyle wants to remain in Mauricio's good graces. I think she wants to remain buddies with Mauricio. And because Mauricio is so tight with PK, she kind of has to be like guy's girl when it comes to the two of them.
Oh,
she can't be firm girl's girl Team Dorit 100% of the way.
Well, I just think she doesn't care about the friendship. I just think she genuinely doesn't care about her friendship with Dorit. So she's not going to go through the effort of making it right or of actually apologizing and saying this was wrong.
And to be honest, her saying I have daughters, I have sisters, I am a girl's girl. That's kind of like saying father of a daughter, because there's women in my life, I'm loyal to them.
Yeah, I'm sure she's loyal to certain women, but it's just not Dorit. She clearly doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't respect Dorit, and she doesn't want to put in, the effort to make it right in their friendship. And that I think has been made abundantly clear. I really appreciate. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, you go. I guess I think we're about to say the same thing.
I really appreciated that Andy called out Kyle for the Morgan situation.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because you can't.
And twice.
Yeah. I mean, you can't have her on the show, be visibly in love. Them at the tattoo parlor, she is frothing at the mouth. for Morgan. You don't look at your friend like that. You don't show your relationship on the show, make an erotic music video together, and then act all like people are trying to invade your privacy.
Cagey.
Yeah, and act all cagey when they ask you to share the truth about it. It's annoying.
Well, I thought the most important point that he made was that Morgan's a public person too. It's not like Morgan is just like somebody from obscurity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they just don't want the spotlight. Like Morgan is trying to be a famous musician. So
it is true.
She can't just decide when she wants to be like in the public eye and, you know, appreciated publicly when she doesn't.
And let me tell you something. I am a Morgan Wade fan, like super fan. I mean, I'm not a super fan, but I love Morgan Wade. I think all of her music is really good. I think she's extremely talented. And I only know about her because of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So she certainly got some new fans from all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
agreed.
Also, wouldn't you call yourself a Morgan Wade fan?
Yes, totally. No, I'm not, you know, silently agreeing.
Well, your silence was deafening to me in that moment. Because I thought we were two Morgan Wade fans on this podcast.
I'm sorry that my silence was deafening just there. I did not mean to, you know, sit back and not agree with you because I also love Morgan Wade. I remember you you took me down to the beach in Puerto Rico, like one of the times that I was there, and you were like, you just got to come listen to this song. We were like sitting on the beach. It was quite sweet. It's a great song.
I mean,
I think we're talking about Psychopath.
No, we're talking about Wild Days.
Oh. Wilder Days. You don't even know.
Oh yeah, Wilder
proper
Days.
Names. Maurice. That was very Kathy Hilton of you.
Well,
I loved it when Maurice was listening to Wild Days.
You know that Wilder Days is the song that Kyle was listening to, and she slid into Morgan's DMs after listening to that song, which is
right. Yeah, on her like drive back and forth to Aspen or something.
Yeah, you know, trunk loaded with Birkins.
Well,
what a journey for her.
Anything else you want to say about the reunion?
Anything else I want to say? Okay, one little juicy piece of information I have is that I was with some friends at dinner this week. Kagan's friends. Kagan has some friends who are poker players, professional poker players, and they have played with Jennifer Tilley.
No way. What did they say?
Basically, they say that some super rich people like to lose money playing high stakes poker, and it's just like a fun thing to do. To get into like a like a 6-figure game.
I just want a $35 Stanley Cup. Wow.
Here's the one thing I will say about Jennifer Tilley. It was just funny because they said she was just very cute and funny and like just everything she is on the show. Jennifer Tilley seems to me like she's doing wealthy older woman correctly. Like she's she's happy. She's eating when she wants to. Even if they're filming, she's at the stage in her life, as she says, where everything is fabulous and she's enjoying it. And honestly, the frown, it's upside down, unlike Sutton. And I wonder what that is.
Right.
Why is that?
Right.
Energetically, they're very different.
I don't know. Very different. I would say also, I think Kathy Hilton is also on that same, you know, doing older woman, very wealthy, doing exactly what I want, wearing exactly what I want to dinner.
Oh, such a journey. There's no better way to say nothing, everyone, than to just say such a journey.
I know. I was like, what journey? I feel like we were just, such a vibe maybe would have been the appropriate, nothing a throwaway expression.
Such a vibe. I hope to be like Kathy someday. I mean, did you ever see the clip of Rick talking about Kathy at their anniversary party?
I think so. I think Paris posted it, right?
It's super cute. Anyway, we'll just end this with a moment of hope for monogamy. Since Kyle and Maurice have let us down, Dorit and PK were never a beacon of hope to me. I want to end with this very heartwarming clip of Rick talking to Kathy at I believe it was their 40th anniversary party, which is really an accomplishment.
I'd like to make a toast here. A little over 20 years ago, Kathy's mother, she said to me, you know who you're about to marry? And I said, who's that? She said, it's Lucille Ball. And I knew Kathy had a great sense of humor. I knew she was absolutely knockout gorgeous. And also that she was very bright. But myself, not being an idiot about it, I said, this is a catch, and I better close this deal. And looking back over the last 20 years, I must say that not only are you funny like Lucille Ball, gorgeous beyond beliefs, and smarter than most people I've ever met, but you've been just a fantastic wife. You are a great mother to our 4 children. You are a great lover to me, but I think also something very important. That Kathy is my best friend, and I think about the last 20 years, and we dated about 5 years before that it just gets better every year. And honey, I'm looking forward to the next 20 and spending the rest of my life with you.
I mean,
I love it.
is that not a wonderful note to leave off on? In this perilous world, where we don't even know if Brock and Michelle are gonna stay on our Mount Rushmore of monogamy. Kathy and Rick are firmly engraved in stone.
We don't even know if that the one fight they have every single night, won't break them.
He likes to have the room cold. Okay. Anyway, everyone, we'll just let you go from here. Tune in, become a global elite. Everyone, it's never been cheaper to be a global elite. It's only $9.99 a month to join the ranks of George Soros, Hillary Clinton. Call yourself a global elite and enjoy our premium content.
We may not be able to offer you a Blue Origin 11-minute space flight, but we can offer you other privileges of being a global elite.
So true, including Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Pop Apologist. That's a good schedule. Everyone. Okay, love you so much. Thank you for listening. And we'll be back with you on Friday for our Global Elites. Bye.
Bye.